The late Professor Humphrey Nwosu was the former National Electoral Commission INEC chairman from 1999 to 1993. Further notes that Professor Humphrey Nwosu supervised the 1993 presidential elections. Aware that the courageous defense of democratic electoral process during the 1993 presidential election led to the famous June 12 slogan, which ultimately confirmed Alhaji MKO Abiola as the winner.
It's okay. Well, the leader said he has a point of order. I don't know on this.
Order 41, sub 3 of our rules. And with the permission, sir, I will read. 41.3. A senator moving a motion under combined orders 41 and 51 shall ensure that copies of the motion are available for all senators when approval to move the motion is granted. This...
Mr. President, they are all available. They are all there with them. We brought it. We don't have a motion.
Well,
of course, this motion is very, very controversial. But we are in a democracy. We allow our colleagues to table their views, and it's left for the Senate to decide on what will be done on such views. Others see him as someone. Anyway, you move your motion. Okay, my colleagues, can you please listen? Can you please listen? Now it's up to you. I'll put the question, and I'll walk in line with whatever you decide. Of course, it's a bit controversial. Some see him as someone who truncated June 12. Some see him as a hero of June 12. So it's up to you. We'll put the question. Those in favor that this motion should go through, please say aye. Those against, say nay. The nays have it.
By the indulgence of the Senate and the leave of the President of the Senate, a senator may make a personal explanation, although there be no question before the Senate. Yes, Mr. President, can I go on with the personal explanation?
Consult the Senate leader.
Order 38 of our rules, and I'm doing this with utmost respect to most distinguished Senator Abaribe. Order 38 deals with the order of business, and I make specific reference to sub 1, which deals with formal entry of the President, sub 2, which deals with our opening prayer, sub 3, which deals with approval of votes and proceedings, sub 4, which deals with oath and affirmation, 5, message from the President, and 6, other announcement by the President of the Senate, 7, petitions, 8, matters of urgent public importance, 9, personal explanation, and 10, order of the day. Mr. President, the reason I'm doing this is for me to be able to emphasize that we had gone past sub 1 up to 9 of our order of the day. And as a matter of fact, by now we're supposed to be on the second business of the day. So time for matters of urgent public importance as well as time for personal explanation had already passed. My advice,
Mr. President.
Mr. President, I'm still personal explanation cannot be raised at any time. The only time personal explanation can be raised at any time is if we, by our own collective consent, come under Order 1B to regulate our procedure. But to the extent that our procedure is regulated by this rule book, Order 9, Sub 9, comes before 10. We are on 10. You are the one that will rule on this. Let us not establish a very dangerous precedent. You can come order, rules of order and personal explanation can be raised at any point of the proceedings of the Senate. Don't make it a rule, because if you do so, then you will be denying a lot of us, almost the entire Senate, any opportunity to interject and intervene when things are going wrong. Therefore, you to say that, it has to come at a certain point under Order 38 is absolutely wrong. Look, we have been managing this Senate for some time, and at no time has this particular kind of thing come in to deny members an opportunity to raise points of order and also to expect personal opinions and personal matters not to be raised under Order 10 is to truncate the independence of senators and to not allow them to interject in the procedure of the Senate to raise issues that are very fundamental to them and their constituencies. Therefore, I think, with all the due respect, the position that is advocated by our distinguished Senate leader is not correct.
Clearly, what the Senate leader said is the right thing. It is our rule. If the Senate so decides, of course, through votes, then this order can may be changed, and bring some other things. But as far as I know, as a presiding officer, this is very clear that we have gone past through the stage that personal explanation can come in. So your point of order is upheld.
Or by the sessional or other orders or practice of the Senate shall by resolution regulate its procedure. So even if the Senate leader says that it doesn't follow, by the fact that a senator wants to make a personal explanation, you must give that senator a chance to make that personal explanation. We are not under a dictatorship, Mr. President. That is why I'm using 1B to come.
Well,
it's at your discretion, Mr. President.
Yes.
Because if at your discretion you say we can't talk,
former minority leader, one is very experienced.
I'm glad that you recognize that I was a former minority leader.
Thank you very much.
I know the rules.
Yes, former majority leader, former minority leader. We are all experienced. But leader, did I tell you that he's going to bring a motion under Order 42? So you didn't approach me, you didn't tell me. And I just want to be transparent and plain. You didn't tell me. If you had told me, there's no way I would have stopped it. It is a process. If you have told us that you are going to bring this motion under Order 42, we will oblige you.
Mr. President, I don't know what is controversial for immortalizing Humphrey Nwosu and June 12. What is controversial there? That is our problem. What is controversial? It's not controversial.
No, the issue is that the time.
Your motion against tomorrow, bring it to the rules and business, and then we'll look at it again. Your point of order is upheld. Leader of the Senate.